Hey guys, today we're taking a look at the Moshi VersaKeyboard for the iPad Air 2. Moshi. It's essentially the Moshi Versa cover with a detachable keyboard on the back. I personally think it's one of the best keyboards I've used yet. There are some quirks, so let's get into it. The cover has an interior lined with microfiber material with a harder, almost carbon fiber feeling exterior, keeping the screen protected. The polycarbonate shell will protect the aluminum back of the iPad from scratches as well. The keyboard slides into a slot on the back. It fits pretty snug, so you have to give it a good tug. Other than the case and the keyboard, a micro USB is also included to charge the keyboard. Popping the iPad in now, slipping one edge in, and simply snapping the opposite corners into place. There's a spacious cutout for the volume buttons. The power button is covered with a hard plastic, making it pretty difficult to click. A weird inconsistency in the design. A cutout of the camera and mic, and a large cutout for the lightning connector and speakers on the bottom. The cover feels like it's glued on, but also feels very sturdy and won't feel like it will rip off. The magnets in the cover provide standard sleep and wake functions. And the bottom of the keyboard case have rubber feet to prevent slipping. The keyboard is just as thin, if not thinner, than the iPad, so you're getting very minimal bulk. Overall, it's a case that provides protection without blocking the basic functions of the iPad. To connect the keyboard, turn on the keyboard, then while holding the function, hold the plus key until the LED starts to blink. Go into your Bluetooth settings, select the keyboard on the bottom and input the number code, select enter, and you're connected. Quick guide to each of the function keys. These are all accessible by holding down the function keys simultaneously. The first brings up the on-screen keyboard. Select all the text, select text to the left, select text to the right, cut the text, copy the text, and of course paste the text. Play, pause your music or videos, mute, volume up and volume down, a battery indicator button that blinks the LEDs, and to lock the iPad. The Versa cover allows the iPad to stand in 3 orientations, which will be shown here. This isn't meant for a sunny day in the park and writing poems with your iPad in your lap type of keyboard. Setting the keyboard up is a little more difficult considering you're dealing with 2 separate units compared to keyboards that are built into the case itself. The Versa keyboard needs to be set on a flat surface, but the keyboard can also be used in your lap. The benefit of this case is the focus on being an iPad shell first. With a slim keyboard you barely notice is there, but it's super useful when you do need one. Our favorite part of this case has to be the flexibility in having a separate keyboard compared to one attached to the case. You can move it around and find the angle that works best for you. I love using my Moleskine along with my iPad for research and notes. The portrait and landscape mode offer a whole nother range of options. But aside from that, when you have everything stored away, the case doesn't even double the size of the iPad. It's super thin and Moshi doesn't add any additional bulk where it's not necessary. It's light and carries easily in the hand. Our last praise goes to the keys. Using a scissor type design, it's the same as using a standard keyboard, so it provides tactile feedback and has such a rewarding click to them. We found the number keys to be a bit too small, especially since they're paired with function keys. It makes holding the function and selecting a key even more difficult. Aside from that, the function keys that are included were redundant. The select keys can be done using the shift and arrow keys, and the same goes for copy and paste. One annoyance we found was if you forgot to turn the keyboard off and put it away, you wouldn't be able to access the on-screen keyboard unless you pulled it out and turned it off, or just turned off your Bluetooth, which is a little annoying. That's it. That's the Moshi VersaKeyboard for the iPad Air 2. So far, we think it's one of the best keyboards for the iPad Air 2, mainly because it focuses on being a case first and a keyboard second. It's thin, relatively light, offers front and back protection, and has a built-in landscape and portrait mode. It's only available in the black you see here. It retails for $100. It's on the expensive side, but we say it's well worth the money with the versatility you get in this case and keyboard combo. If you liked my video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And do subscribe for future updates, because there will be more. I rest my case. I'm not going to drop this case.